Welcome, everybody. This is our second look at Stars Reach. This is the Home Slice family here, myself and Winter.
Hi.
First up, we're going to take a look at world events. So these are things that happen in the world randomly. The first one we're looking at here is a cold weather one.
This was a crazy one.
Yeah, you can see how these are hitting, and then they're actually not only freezing where they hit, but the water between the ice chunks is actually freezing as well. And not only does it change, the water into a solid, but it also changes its friction
I
properties.
remember I was standing on the hill when this was happening and looking down and just seeing you all of a sudden skating.
hmm
It was bananas.
I
I
was
absolutely loved that.
I was really hoping that it'd be a little bit more dramatic and the whole lake would freeze, but I think
This is more dramatic. I
this
like
is
this.
pretty cool. Yeah, it was really neat, and like if your house was there or something, like who knows what that would do.
I didn't
Um,
even think of that.
I did also go where it hit the ground and tried to mine out where it had hit, but it didn't change anything. So either the where it hit wasn't susceptible to
hmm
change, or
The
yeah,
weather events so far are the one of the coolest things for me. I've only seen a handful, but they're definitely
agreed, agreed.
one of
There's
the coolest things.
I even got video and sound of another meteorite event coming up very shortly here that is the
Ooh.
opposite of this. So I think we'll just have a quick listen to that here.
Yeah.
We had the 0 Kelvin meteors a little while ago. Now we're getting these melts everything in their wake meteors. This is amazing.
Hot hail, the best.
So that's known as hot hail, and yeah,
Crazy.
it sounds like an orbital bombardment, and yeah, as you can see, it wreaks havoc.
I know it sounds so silly, but it's honestly like I'm gonna say the word terrifying, but I don't mean terrifying, but like it's so crazy. Like I'm out there doing my survey, my prospecting, like trying to find my survey points or whatever, and then like all of a sudden I'm like, there's no cover. I'm just running around trying not to get hit.
Or how about this? You're out doing survey points, you're mining, and all of a sudden there's a message saying, hey, there's going to be a meteorite. And you look up in the sky and you see it coming down, and it's coming down right towards your camp marker. How
Oh,
would you
that's
feel
fun.
about that? Because this is how I felt about that when it
Uh-huh.
happened.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was my house.
What? They just got hit by that asteroid?
Wow.
It's just up the
Now you
hill.
have a floating one.
And as you heard, everybody was very supportive. What I'd like to do now is actually a deep dive into this. I know a lot of people have seen this clip before, at least the first
Oh,
half of this,
the best.
but I thought I'd put the whole clip in, so we're going to get to see what happened after this as well, and do a bit of a deep dive. So again, this is just another random world event, right? We've seen several of them now, but this one is one giant meteorite chunk rather than
I'd like to call
several.
these like their weather world events. Like,
Yeah,
which is even cooler than just a world event. Like, I mean, it's the same thing, I guess. I just love how dynamic and important weather is.
100% agreed. The devs actually said something very interesting in the Discord regarding this specific event. They
Hmm.
said that they consider meteors to be highly adaptable content delivery mechanisms. They could literally be anything, and we're making lists. And I quote, that is a direct quote from the devs.
So that means like if you've been trying to find, I don't know, sapphire or something, there
Right.
one time could be a world weather event where a meteor comes down and you go down to the crash site and there could be sapphire in it.
Yep. Yep.
Like that's so cool.
Or antigraphium, something that just doesn't exist on that world.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. I just
Um,
picked a precious gem out of the
yeah,
top of my head because I was
one of
looking
the
for it.
things that they actually deliver right now is diamonds. So in this case, I believe that it's the kinetic force and heat that changes, that literally morphs the coal into diamond when this hits, because there's diamond that I pull out of
Because of the
there.
pressure. That makes sense.
Right, and that was confirmed as well. However, it could have been present in the meteorite previously, and then slam down and deposit that onto the ground.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And if they're making lists, I mean, maybe there's some crazy stuff on that list, like world boss or an
Yeah, like,
egg
or
for a crazy creature,
or
or
you know what would be so cool if it was something like an invasive species
right, exactly. So
or something.
they have alien invaders that are another world event, right? And they
I
come
just
down, and
mean
but like an invasive
like
species that starts living there, and
that's what I mean,
that'd be
like
cool.
spores or something.
Yeah, that'd
And
be
then all
really
of a
cool.
sudden the spores just start to spread. Like
Yeah,
I think that would
yeah.
be okay. I actually want
So
that to happen. Des, listen, put that in.
So, and while we're looking at this, I want to just point out how deformed this area is. All that deformation is from that pressure and heat and the kinetic force of the meteorite hitting. That was a smooth area before. This is something I didn't really highlight in the short video that I made previously.
Yeah, like
And that to me is
it was
crazy.
lake. Yeah,
It was smooth lake, or
yeah.
fairly smooth, and then it just, and because it changed the porosity, how porous the materials are in that spot, it started draining the whole lake. As you can see, the water's rushing in, but it's not filling. It's
Yeah,
it's
it's
going
getting
through.
absorbed.
It's
And
getting absorbed. It's going
yeah,
down into the ground. And that leads to things like alluvial soil, which is like alluvial literally means deposited by water, right? So there's going to be different types of soil and stuff that you, or resources that you require. You have to erode something, a certain resource, with water. You have to make water flow over it, which will
mm-hmm,
erode it over time in the
mm-hmm.
simulation. That will create another resource that you're looking for, right?
Just
Like,
bananas.
how nutty is that? So you'll see I died there, and I'm running back. And when I run back is when I realize just how much the draining mechanics are in.
I just my favorite thing I think was the recording. You drain the lake. You
Yeah,
drain the
that's
lake. You
right
just
about here. Exactly. Yeah, if I'd left the audio in, you'd hear it now. It drained the lake. It drained the lake. So it's having some issues. The sim is having some issues processing. It's draining by volume, I think, rather than like those cells there are like, okay, you know what I mean? And they are still moving backwards, just slowly. So
yeah. Well, okay, that's pre-alpha. I mean, I'm not expecting it.
this is an MMO as well.
Yeah,
This is an MMO where
yeah.
there's like 50 or more people connected and playing and seeing this happen
Mm-hmm.
in real time. That's what blows my
And
mind about it.
interacting with it.
And interacting with it. That's what blows my mind about it.
Yeah.
Single player games like Minecraft and things like that are highly dynamic and adaptable, not to this level, but it's kind of like, okay, if it's a single player game, like you can cheat a lot more and you can devote more resources to that one player. But in this case,
Mm-hmm.
like again, this is like we said, multiplayer live. This is a live service, and that's insane to me. And
Like
you'll
I know there's going to sorry.
no, go ahead.
I know like there's obviously going to be graphical improvements and stuff like that, and I just can't wait to see how it'll look once it's refined more because it's going to be so cool.
For sure, for sure. I should mention this is early footage, so I didn't have my quality settings as high as I do now, and I'm continually improving on that. So I don't feel that this video does the quality, the visual quality of the game justice, because it is beautiful already in a lot of ways and in a lot of places. There's some
A
issues,
lot
but
of the flora and fauna is just absolutely gorgeous. A lot of those, like I call them the sparkly willow trees. I don't know what they are. They look like they're like neon pink and purple
mhm.
dripping jewels. They're my favorite trees and they're so pretty.
Yeah, the art design is really good in this game, I think. So yeah, I agree with that, and I agree that it's only going to get better, right, over time. So Yeah.
Hopefully, doing stuff like these videos also will help too.
Yeah, I
Like
think the devs are
the dev
listening. They're
team, like
they're
I
definitely
think they are as
active. So,
well.
not just to me personally, but like they're really
No,
active in
no.
the Discord. They seem to be very interested you know, really want to engage with people. And you can see here, sorry, just to interrupt, as I deform the land, it's kind of trying to figure out, okay, where's that water?
We're
It's
gonna
even
go.
a little
Hmm.
while earlier, I should have mentioned it, but it even released water from the ground, right? And then it came out and flowed down again. So it's a live sim, and water,
Hmm.
I think hydrodynamorphism or something like that is the
Look at
term.
how jagged and squiggles that
Hmm.
is.
But even that's like rounded and stuff, right?
I know, but
Where
it's just like so squiggly. I
if you
love it.
compare it to where the meteorite hit, it's a lot more jagged where the meteorite hit. And if you look on the left side of the screen, sort of pay attention to the left side, there you go. See how it
Hmm.
still drains. It's still actively like part of the sim, right?
Yeah.
It's really cool. So we're gonna get into part 3 here. No, part two.
No,
Part
part
two.
two.
My bad. World manipulation, and in this, like, we're going to talk about how you can affect the world. So I started out with one of the things that I tried to get to really early was the freeze ray, because I thought that was really cool and might be a good passive way to interact with the world. So I tried it on some trees, and I did get it to freeze a tree, but that wasn't very helpful. So I tried it in
You
combat.
just made it. You just made it cold for a little bit.
I made a tree pop, which is helpful if they're on fire. You can freeze them to be not on fire. And then I tried the combat. I thought, well, maybe I can no, it didn't work.
Oh,
It did,
that wouldn't
yeah,
have worked even if you
no,
had not the freeze
yeah. And
thing.
then this is you and I trying it. So I thought maybe if I have a friend,
Uh-huh.
uh, short answer is they're going to kill you well before you freeze them and do any effectiveness or are effective at all. So if the devs do want that to be a thing, I think they're going to have to adjust that. And I think it'd be really cool if they did. What we're seeing right now and what I'd like you to pay attention to is the rocky sort of non-levelness
Outcropping.
of this platform. This is a platform I have made fully by depositing stone. But when you deposit stone, you deposit it in little humps, and it's really hard to get it level. So I thought, well, what if rather than trying to deposit and then take away and then deposit and take away and deposit and take away, what kind of mechanic can I use in the game to help me with this? And so I
Streamline that process.
I started trying to I started experimentations with chronophasing and heating the rock because it self levels once it becomes liquid.
Because that's what
And
the liquid does, which is
yeah,
ridiculous.
so I found it actually kind of works. And I was really excited about that. It's a little
Oh, I
bit
just love watching it
funky.
happen.
It,
But like, I mean, if
go ahead.
in comparison to how it was previously,
Yeah.
like it does work.
Yeah, like you can see how much flatter this is.
Yeah.
And this is just like, I mean, it took me an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours of just coaxing, gentle coaxing. Um,
Gentle as you throw a flamethrower at it. I'm just being gentle.
gentle over here, but yeah. So yeah, it worked. And you want to. Some of the things I learned is you don't want to have a mixed medium. You want to have it be all the same resource, whether it's chert or granite or
Is this the I mean, maybe I'm jumping ahead, and I apologize if I am. Is this where you started experimenting with like the cobblestone, like patching?
yes. I don't have any of that in this video, but
That was after you had kind of
yeah,
done this. Oh,
yeah.
okay.
This is more basic stuff. I'm gonna get into building in a little bit here as well, but
Oh yeah, this is
yeah,
world manipulation.
yeah,
Oops.
yeah. That's okay. So yeah, as you can see, this works. I was really happy with that. And again, yeah, you want it to all be the same thing because once you get mixed stuff, they have different liquefaction temperatures, and
Mm-hmm.
then you get bad things like explosions happening. So when I get a little bit of dirt mixed in there, I'd literally get
Mm,
parts of the world popping and
yeah.
exploding right in front of me. It was really neat.
Oh, I
So,
love all those random like little glow bugs that show up.
mhm. Oh, the little fireflies or the
Mm-hmm.
fairies. Yeah, I love those
Yeah.
too. They're so cute. They're adorable.
Can I talk about something that I know, or do you have? Is there another clip coming up?
There is, but and this is the quest for shale. But go ahead.
Okay, nope. Talk about the shale. My thing can go after. I'll
No, no,
talk.
I'm curious. What is your thing now?
I was just saying. I remember the last time we played. I went to a new planet and I saw a new type of like purpley pink plant, and I got really excited. So I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna like forage these." And I was like, "Oh, there was only 3 of them." And you were like, "Did you take all 3 of them?" And I said, "Yes." And you said, "Well, they're not gonna grow anymore."
Yeah.
And it clicked, and I was like, "Oh crap, like I totally forgot. If you
Yeah.
pick all of the one kind of a plant, like there's
Yep.
no more of that."
Yep.
And I was so sad. I'm like, "How do I put it back?"
Well.
That just reminded me of like what you do when
Mhm.
the world matters. You pick all of the
Yep.
types of plants, then there's no
Absolutely.
more to grow.
Well, and kind of dovetailing into that is what happens when there is nothing of what you want on a planet, whether it's been taken away by other people or that planet just doesn't have any.
Have any?
I was having that issue with shale
Mm,
on Pyramesis. And what I noticed was I found a little bit of shale in that previous clip by the side
yeah,
of the beach, and I knew that was a hole I had dug previously and then filled in partially later. So I knew it had been touched by player hands. I also
hmm
found some
hmm
here, and I also knew here that it had been touched by player hands, but I hadn't quite put two and two together, but I was
yes.
starting to form a hypothesis. Like, okay, well, what
hmm
if there's some sort of,
Why is this
am I,
happening? Yeah,
yeah, does it need to be chronophased? Does it need to be heated, frozen? Does it need to be lithified? Does it need to be eroded?
a certain type of weather,
Right.
certain conditions, like
Right.
yeah.
So I was really taking a look at what had happened here, and what had happened here was there was a soft material underneath that I was trying to mine out, and I lithified the top of it so that it wouldn't
Smart.
fall back down onto me while I
hmm
mined underneath it.
So it gives you access to the underneath.
Right. But I was only finding certain amounts of it in certain places, and I couldn't figure out what I had to lithify in order to get the shale.
hmm
Until I
hmm
found this pocket here. And I thought, okay, I know there's shale here, but there's only a tiny bit, so let me lithify everything around. So that's what you're seeing here is me lithifying it.
Amazing that you thought to do that. That's so grad.
I I just think it's really cool that the game has so many different mechanics for you to sort of play with and Rubik's cube your way through, you know?
hmm
Um,
I also love how
and so
they. Sorry. Yep.
No,
Go
no,
ahead.
that's okay. Just in that last clip there, you saw that I pinged and there was tons more. And in this clip, there's actually some sound to go along with it. This is a full clip of the process. I found a band of the right type of stuff. I go through, I went through, I
That's all
lithified it.
shale.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see
Okay.
I found tons of shale. So this was my proof of concept on another planet. And I was really happy with myself.
I just wanted to let that sound play out for that
Yeah,
part
fair, fair.
because the whole process was really interesting. I also I just learned when you told me how to I was like, how do I figure out if there's a certain material around? And you showed me how to equip the different thing, and then like
Mhm.
you scan for it.
Prospecting.
Um, I love how it shows up like in those little blocks. Like I just like
Mm.
how it doesn't show you exactly like how much there is or
Mm,
what it's
mm.
gonna look like.
Hmm. It's just
It just
present in this cell.
it's just like
Those,
yeah, like it's somewhere around here. I hope
yeah,
they don't change that. I actually really like that because I want to be surprised by what it looks like. Like I just I want I don't want it to be told to me. I want to figure stuff out on my own.
yeah. No, it's
I
a good
want
system for that.
I really like I like the surprise of it.
So no, it's a great system for that, and it's showing you it's present in this cell, but it's not showing you necessarily exactly what or where or what the quantity or quality of it is. So this again is another clip that we've seen before. I just wanted to play the full clip rather than the shortened clip that I put online earlier, and sort of do a deep dive on how amazing these mechanics are. And so what you're seeing right now is I've just done basalt, and then I did copper, and it pulled the salt out. I went back to the basalt to make sure it was the copper. Got a little bit peeved that this person was getting in on my jam here, but then I realized, it's an MMO. Share the love. And I kind of figured, well, they probably don't know what's going on either, right? Like they just see some stuff and they're mining it. So together, that person and I start testing it and talking about it. And so I wanted to just show this sort of longer version of how we did that. And just sort of how we sort of noodled it out. And you'll see here that not only does it have to be the right material that you heat up, but certain things have to happen for the sim to really start processing it. So when we start heating this up, it's not...
You're underwater right now. I just want
Yes.
everyone to know that if they didn't know or couldn't
That's
tell.
not
already.
very obvious. You're absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Thank you for pointing that out. This is all
Yeah.
underwater. And what you're seeing here, the black is basalt and the greenish lines are copper deposits in there. All the red is salt, and all of the salt was not present naturally or previously. It's all in the water. And you'll notice when we heat it, it's not until A, we're on the copper, and B, until the water funnel actually touches the copper, that's when the salt seems to appear. It doesn't seem to appear, well, now that I've just said that. See, once you get that column, that's the key, right? Now, the game is,
cool.
It's still a bit buggy. It's still a bit, it's taken its time to work through the math. But yeah.
I loved when you discovered this. This was one of the coolest things.
Well, the coolest thing to me is that
I say that about everything
Yeah.
we talk about.
it's just so dynamic, and I can't think of any other term for it.
I've been waiting for a game to have stuff like this. I'm so excited.
Yeah, the fact that you can, the
Like,
game
there's
knows
no
what's
salt
in the
there.
water.
Yeah, and then you manipulate things around it, and then all of a sudden
Because it's salt water.
you're collecting salt from the salt water.
Well,
Like,
what you're doing, and
Ah!
I said this in the Discord, and I was amazed because I said I'm probably making a mountain out of a molehill here. It's probably some cheating, game dev something magic that's going on. But what it seems...
that part. Sorry.
No, that's fine. But what it seems like is we are boiling off the water. The water turns to steam, goes up in the atmosphere, disappears, but the
heavy,
salt
so
that was
falls.
in it stays and falls to the ground. And the dev said, yeah, that's what's happening.
Yeah.
And I
because
was like, are
that's
you
how it works
kidding
in
me?
real life.
Yes,
Like, that's-
because it's basically a true to life physics sim, or at least that's what they're going for. Those little blocks that we were talking about earlier too, I think I kind of made the point, but to reiterate the point, those are about the cell size. The cells are smaller than that actually, but each of those little blocks is...
Yeah.
Yeah. You could almost think of it like that, and I think that you'd be pretty close to correct there. So yeah.
What a cool visual that is, just right
Right?
there on the screen.
And what's
like,
happening there is, because we've boiled off water, the rest of the waters in the cells around it are trying to rush in, and then they're getting superheated and boiling off and depositing salt. So you have a salt machine.
Yeah, and like, oh my god.
Like, yeah,
Look at that.
naturally present. I think I called it naturally present
Seasoning.
distillation mechanics. Is seasoning, exactly.
Now they just
my
need like
word,
pink
yeah.
salt for me because it's pink.
Yeah, exactly. So we got another bit of sound here because we're coming up on the next part, and for the first part, I want to show you how I found my cave, my little home.
Oh boy.
Yo. Oh, nope, don't get in the. Yep. Well, I don't think I'll be getting that death marker back. Oh. As you can see, I did get my body back, and I found a beautiful little cave that I called home afterwards. So
I mean, cool that it happened, but I hate that you had to start building our place in the side of a cave because you always try to find like the most obscure places for me to try and get to.
it's not obscure. It's just halfway up a giant cliff
Okay,
with
do you know
no
what I have
easy
to do to get
access.
there? I have to jump down a hill, turn my character around while I'm free falling down a cliff, and then use my grappling hook and then climb. That's how to get to the entrance of our home.
For now, I put a platform out there. You can just jump onto it now, and then there will be
Yeah.
stairs later. I also made a friend. Not, I mean, Nagilum is a friend, and I've met them a few times, which is really cool. But I made a little bunny friend in the cave, and so yeah, this little Coney here, him and we're good friends. He's just
I
getting used to me.
need the devs to make animals that I can have like follow around me if I keep like seeds, certain seeds or flowers or something in my inventory, then they'll follow me around.
So
Can you
this
please
is
do that?
really, really, really exciting. One of the devs was talking about how they were having a meeting about things that they can do quickly to add to the game. Like, not so much quickly as like, oh, we want to just rush stuff out, but like, what can we do that will give us the most bang for our buck, right? And
Mhm.
the suggestion that came up that they chose to talk about was that taming could be easily fixed and put back in the game because it was in the game at one point.
Oh, I would love
So,
that so much.
yeah, me too. So what you're seeing here is a time lapse. It's like 2,000 times sped up of me just starting to build. I learned some things about the building. It is quite a bit more tedious than I would like. I'm excited for some quality of life fixes in the building
Hmm.
game or sort of mechanics. As you can see, it's
It's a bit janky.
yeah, this is sped up, but even still, like you have to place something in the world and then manipulate its position. There is a duplicate button, but it duplicates in place. So you put
Mm,
something in a place and then you duplicate it and then you have to move one of those out of the spot. So and I didn't figure out that till much, much later. There are
yeah.
some cool things about it. It allows not only more manipulation of assets in the game, but it also allows more incremental uh, manipulation. So, for instance, there was a
Hmm.
time where I I needed to move like 9 blocks, one cell over essentially,
Over. Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
other games you'd have to just redo the whole thing.
Hmm. Hmm.
But in this, I was able to go back and modify each individual piece that little bit. And I didn't lose anything. They didn't deform, nothing. Because they're all just individual pieces set in place.
Hmm.
They do have some issues with when you get two pieces overlapping. It flashes very badly, and they're gonna
Oh,
have
okay.
to fix that
Yeah,
because
I didn't do any building. You did all of the building.
yeah.
I didn't.
So that's okay.
I don't do that. I don't really like doing that pretty much in any game. Not even really The Sims.
It's a complex process, not even just to get to the point where you can build, because you need the fabricator tool, you need to be using the lathe resource bench um, in conjunction with each other, and even just to be able to build those is quite a bit. So, this just in, GUNC, the Reapers, I mean, conservers of worlds. I went and I heard from the grapevine that they were making a huge mushroom. You'll see I was delivered this information by Dance Party. And
Ah, yes, yes.
so, I decided that it was probably going to be a good idea to go and check out what they were doing. and how they were doing.
Those are
Sort
one
of.
of my favorite trees. That's the ones I'm talking about, by the
Yeah,
way.
me too. It doesn't grow there, which I'm really sad about. But yeah. So yeah, in a moment here, we'll get to go and see what GUNC's been up to, and they've been uh, enlisting the help of all of the playtesters. Basically, half of the playtesters that come through my area are like, "I'm out collecting resources for GUNC," which is awesome.
Okay. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome. That's a word.
that's what they're building on Pyromesis. That's where it is. That's where it was at sort of towards the end of the play test, the last play test. This is all glass, all that purple stuff, which is neat. I hesitate to
I mean, it
condone the use of
looks
the
cool.
term conservationist.
That's just one of the issues that I. It's like you're going to all of the different worlds and taking all of those resources so you can build something that's
Yeah,
organic.
let's call a spade here.
Yeah,
Um,
call a spade a spade. Like you're
yeah,
taking the resources to build something fun.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's
I'm so
awesome.
glad they're doing it. Let me be also very very clear. It's an alpha. It's pre-alpha, and I'm very glad that they're highlighting what community. This is what it looked like earlier in the day as well. I'm very glad that they're highlighting what a organized community can do. So let's I have some video and audio here of a walkthrough. Hmm. Yeah, this is really highly organized. They know exactly how much space they need between each one. This is so many camps. This is just insane. That's crazy bones. Uh, what are they looking for? I don't have a lot of wood actually. I have very little. I have to go get some. This is weird to me. This floor here. I think it's glass. I don't know, but it weirds me out. And why is it only reflecting the top? What? Okay, what? Wait, what? What just happened there? Did you see that? I can't be the only one who saw that. Did we? Were we looking? Oh, I'm confused. I'm so confused. That's fine. Alright, let's go for a jump down the main little portal here. Hee hee. Okay, so this is the main door, yeah. And then all the way up. Where does this go? Ooh, fancy. Ground floor. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I like it. I like it. These seem like they look like elevators. Yep. Yep. Elevator up, elevator down, perhaps. Something like that. Would be cool to have proper elevators. Might have to use steam to make them. Oh, is there no way out onto the... Hmm. Oh, that's smart. Just levering that like that. What do we got left? Yeah, about an hour and a half-ish? 2 hours, maybe? Getting close to that, 2 hours-ish? Hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that. So, we still got a bit of time. Oh, come on, this is brutal. Okay. I'm surprised they're not doing more with this floor. Oh, I think they are. Okay, good. Good, good. Oh, wow, that looks pretty. Yeah, they're doing... That's good. That looks pretty. Chicks dig it. Oh. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's fair. That's way better. Yeah, see those little trophies everywhere. I love it. Yeah, this is good. This is good. That's marble, eh? That's what I think that is. Alright, maybe we'll go eat some more trees while we're here. Just because we're here. Trees are here. So, like I say, I'm glad that they're making something that big and showing what people can do. This is what it looked
Yeah,
like
like
the day
it is.
before.
Yeah, like it's really, really cool what they've done and stuff. I just the way they're going about it, I think, is a little bit selfish.
I hope post-launch they focus more on conservation rather than um, uh, large resource-intensive projects. I think
Mhm.
like that's not the way I would go about conservation. And I'm not like I'm also very much tee hee hee, right? Like this is a
Yeah, I mean it's a
friendly,
pre-alpha.
yeah.
It's just
I have nothing against the people in GUNC. Genuinely, like,
no, not at all, not at
I'm
all.
actually very glad that they're doing what they're doing. I'm very excited to see where they go with it. So, but
Yeah,
I
they're doing
also
a
have
lot
a
of
little bit of
really
fun
cool
poking fun at them.
things.
So yeah, that's sort of been my experience over the last week or so. I know you've not been feeling great, so you haven't been playing as much as I have. But
Well, I'm
any
hoping
final
tomorrow to
thoughts?
be able. Well, tomorrow I think is the next one. Tuesday, I'm hoping to be able to be in more than I was able to this week. Um, and now that we've kind of got a homestead happening, I'll be able to get into some building and
Yep.
more things.
Yeah, agreed. Two playtests coming up this Thursday, and yeah, lots to do, lots to see, and we're going to start, I think, to bring in other people and help them get started if they want. And so keep an eye,
Thanks for watching.
yeah, and keep an eye on the Discords, and be kind, rewind, be excellent to each other.
And if you see us in game, say hello.
Hello. Oh wait, no. Goodbye.